Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 280. It is Tuesday. Here in Cincinnati, I have the windows open. The sun is shining. It is gorgeous today. I think high of 70. We had all this rain yesterday that swept through, cleared out the heat, and it is just such a pretty day. So we have some movement astrologically, which I am going to briefly touch on. I suggest if you have a moment to go to Astro Mama and read her description, see what matches or alignment you're experiencing in your own journey. She describes it as Venus now in Scorpio, and the subtitle she offers is Intensity of the Heart, Pleasure to the Extreme, Do or Die kind of love. And then she describes in there the movement of energy to a new depth of passion and purpose in how we express our love and our affection. I name it because it's a real thing. It's a real energy that's moving. And if you're in a place of fear, it may become more intense. If you're in a place of love, it may become more intense. Or you may just be moving through your life and you're not going to have a lot of bumps or ripples. But if the intensity is felt, it often for me is helpful to have this astrological picture to be able to understand what is shifting in my physical body and my emotions. And so I invite you to spend some time, if you can, to look at what she shared and to do your own research. What is interesting and in alignment with that is I posted an article in the Soulshine Tribe yesterday by Sophie Bashford that is so powerful. And today, when I was preparing for the podcast, the article came up in my awareness again, and it feels timely and appropriate. It feels appropriate to share it here in this space and encourage all of us, if we are moving through transitions, to remember that on the other side of any threshold, any contraction, is this incredible expansion, this beautiful gift that is going to be opening up for us. And it's that tightest squeeze that is where we want to give up, or we want to throw in the towel or scream and roar, as Sophie describes it in her article. Right? If we can breathe through that and trust that there is good on the other side of every contraction. There is light, there is beauty, there is this beautiful expansion of love that is always arriving after a contraction. And so I'm trusting that this article that she wrote, this beautiful post, will inspire you and guide you if you are finding yourself in a place of transitioning right now. All right, so Sophie Bashford, you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. These are all of her words that I'm going to read to you. I want to make sure that you credit her for the beauty that she shares here, because it's really powerful. Whether you have delivered a child or not is irrelevant. It's about the process of birthing something new, whether that's yourself, a new version of yourself, or a new project, a new idea, a new relationship. So many possibilities. All right, Sophie Bashford, here's what it says. Transition, the darkest moment before the dawn. And she has a picture there of this beautiful field of golden wheat or something gorgeous, and this dark black sky, like literally meeting the golden wheat. So you have to look at the image. It just totally captures it all. Here's what she says. When a woman is in labor, there's often a phase when she feels like completely giving up. This is called transition, and it happens right before the final stage of giving birth. often just moments prior to the delivery of a precious new baby, and the triumphant culmination of hours, perhaps days, of the most intense experience of her life. It's common during transition for the mother to rage, roar, use many expletives, and feel like she's reached the very end of the road. She simply and categorically states that this is it. She is just not going to continue with this crazy idea of having a baby. She's done. It's over. No more hard work, no more breathing deep, no more digging down into her belly's innate birth-giving resources, no more leaning on midwives or partners. I can't do it anymore. I'm not doing it. Just let me rest here. Leave me alone. Get out of my space. Didn't you hear me? I've had enough. This baby is never coming. I'm giving up. In the physical birth process, transition can feel like a very dark moment. A moment in which the sheer physical, psychological, emotional, and spiritual toll of birthing new life just becomes crushingly overwhelming. It's just minutes before this woman's life changes, irrevocably, forever. She's about to enter motherhood, a vast, incomprehensible, sacred gateway. Deep down in her cells and her bones, she knows this. Her wise heart is prepared. Her spiritual midwives and grandmothers hold open the gates. She has what it takes to unleash this final, monumental piece of inner power out into the world. But she doubts herself. All her turmoil, all her terrors, all her insecurities, and her earth-shattering exhaustion claim her at once. The portentous gray clouds of despair descend on her consciousness as she is held in the arms of countless goddesses of the underworld. You know what happens next, even if you've not experienced giving birth to a baby. Yes, yes, yes. The golden light comes. The transition melts away. She rises, assisted by legions of angels, goddesses, and guides, and bursts open in an act of pure triumph, exaltation, and ecstasy. She roars, shouts, cries, or just breathes her baby out. The darkness recedes, and she has done it. She is utterly changed. The world has now shifted, imperceptibly, as this woman conquered her deepest fears and kept going. No matter where you are, what's happening in your life right now, take this universal truth into your being. You're on the cusp of realizing something majestic and miraculous. Transition is a shadowy place to be, but new life is inevitable. You're nearly there. Sophie Bashford, 2019. There's nothing to add. Transitioning. Breathe through it. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.